Good evening everybody, this is Pete W checking in. Here we are about to get going with our round 4 of the F2 League here in the OB Racing League. Tonight we'll be at the pinnacle of street circuits in Monaco. So we will shortly be getting going, and just going to send a message out now to everyone to ready up, and we should be getting going shortly. As always, this will be a one-shot quali, so very important you nail your qualifying up. And then a 50% feature race and a 50% sprint race. So let's see how it goes. As always with the sprint races, there will be the top 8 will be reversed. So first will start in 8th, 8th will start in 1st, and the rest of the grid will line up as expected. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm thinking there is going to be a lot of action tonight. So let's get ready for some amazing action here at the Monaco Street Circuit in the Principality of Monaco, one of the few countries in the world which is not a sovereign state but is a principality. So, and the shortest circuit on the calendar, just I believe 2.4 miles if my memory serves me correctly. So I'm just going to load the link to Discord whilst we get going, and then we will be ready for an enthralling race here at the Monaco circuit. So let's get the link up and we'll be ready to go. Quali, I imagine we'll be about a minute 30, sometimes less. Obviously the drivers will be setting up their setups and we can take it from there. Zhao, once he joins us, hopefully he will join us before qualifying starts. It will be a night session here at Monaco. We got the floodlights up and we've got a dry race ready for this amazing race here in Monaco. So let's just get the stream up. And we will shortly get going with qualifying here at Monaco for the F2 feature race. The last drivers are just selecting their setups now. So I'm going to sit on board with our championship leader, Little Jim. I'm going to try to, I should say anyway, currently going around turn 4 in second place. Hawk Pie staying very much on the tail of Little Jim. This is going to be a very interesting battle for pole position. Let's see who takes it. Will it be Jim in the Carlin, or will it be Hawk Pie or I have in the UNI Virtual? So 4 points up for grabs by grabbing pole position here. So all the drivers will want to make the biggest impression they can here in quali. We see Furkan Alpine has retired from qualifying. Coming down to the hairpin now for Little Jim. Probably the sector I'm expecting most drivers to get a corner cutting stringency, but no drivers seem to have fallen short to qualifying. They're all taking it very carefully as Jim comes round to take the end of the second sector. Still in first. Hayes Taylor, no surprise, right behind Little Jim in second. As Jim approaches the penultimate corner, great line there. Through turns 15 and 16 and down to the finish line, and it looks like Little Jim is going to get pole, just 0.3 of a second ahead. H. Taylor, Hawk Pie taking third, Mitch in the Carlin taking 4th position, having reserved for myself so that we have a stream and commentary going on. Great result there by Mitch, hoping to build on Carlin's already impressive point situation in the Monday Night Racing League. Just having a look now, so we've got Carlin currently 34 points ahead of High Tech, who are being driven today by H. Taylor, who's qualified in second, and Denmark, a newcomer to the F2 League, but well known within our league, and a very good racer. Looking forward to seeing how he progresses through the field throughout qualifying. So we had in total 4 disqualifications. I have Kieran Rees, Lucifer Shahid and Furkan Alpine. Looking forward to seeing how they progress through the field, and Jim getting a very important 4 points for qualifying in pole position. As always everyone, I've got the comments open on the stream. Anyone who's enjoying the commentary, please feel free to leave a comment or subscribe. If you want to see anything, just let me know and I will do my best to tune into it for you guys. So we will shortly be getting going with this 50% feature race here at Monaco in the F2 series of the OB Racing League. As always, we will have sorry, just checking my phone now, guys. As always, we will have the formation lap on, and we'll be getting going shortly with that, and then back around to start. So just looking at the constructors table at the moment, there's quite a big gap between most of the teams, but I'm seeing a very interesting battle. I would say, I mean, I know we're still early on in the season, but there's a gap of 62 points between the Cardin team in first with 127 and the Campos Racing team in third with 65. However, the gap between Campos and UNI Virtuoso, who are only represented today by iHalf, is only 36 points. As we know, in this series there is a maximum of 44 points available, 48 points even available every weekend for racing, be it a first place in the sprint race, in the feature race, and also quali and the 2 fastest laps, which are worth 2 points each race. So at the moment there are currently 48 points available each weekend to just a single driver. So great thing about F2 being so unpredictable with the league tables, and Little Jim currently with a 32 point advantage, or now 36 point, having gained pole position over H. Taylor, but H. Taylor still with the opportunity to close that gap and close the gap for High Tech with his new teammate Denmark 166. Let's see how he progresses through the field. So we can see the drivers are now coming through to the third sector. We're going to have a look at their tyre situation. All of the drivers starting on the soft tyres, none of them choosing to start on the super softs, so all of them will be changing to the super softs later in the race. Obviously wanted to stay competitive for the end part of the race and hope to get the fastest lap, which is worth an additional 2 points, not just the Drivers' Championship but also to the Constructors' Championship. So we can see Little Jim now coming towards the start finish line. Quite a big gap between himself and Furkan Alpine Adams at the back of the grid, so his tyres are going to cool up quite a bit. But as we know from Little Jim, one of the best races in the league, I'm sure he's going to be looking forward to this start and getting going. We've got Hawk Pie in third, and we've got Mitch in fourth, CDM in fifth. Let's see if these guys can make an impression in this 21 lap race of the Monaco Grand Prix here for the OBF2 League Monday Night Racing. We should shortly be getting going. On 5 laps now, going to sit on board with Hawk Price, see if he can make an impression. And we go here at Monaco in the OBF2 Racing League. Hawk Pie getting a decent run down to turn 1. CDM going into the back of Hawk Pie and spinning him out. Already a big gap now, folks. You're getting through up into third. And already Little Jim and H. Taylor right on the back of one another. Just going to follow on board. We have got a virtual safety car in place due to that collision at turn 1. No surprise there. I'm surprised it's not actually a full safety car. We've got some collisions already happening. Rayfo picking up a 5-second penalty with a severe collision with Paul Harrison under the safety car. Obviously any collision is deemed as that. So let's sit on board with Little Jim. We've got Bolksy in third, H. Taylor in second, I'm saying CDM but no, CDM in fourth, Hawk Pie down to fifth, Mitch down to sixth. But some of these drivers will be fronting rear wing damage, so let's see who's going to be pitting towards the end of the first lap. Still under virtual safety car conditions here at our night race in Monaco. I I think virtual safety car. A CDM! Oh, so CDM has received a drive-through penalty for speeding on the safety car, and Hawk Pie has gone into the back of the CDM. Will Hawk Pie be requiring a pit to change his front wing? It appears not, and Hawk Pie is going to go up to third position. Folksy pitting as well as CDM, who had the drive-through penalty. So Hawk Pie now up to third position in the Prema. We're going to stay on board with this battle for first, as no surprise, HT and Little Jim are going to be battling out, I think, at least for the next 20 laps. Let's see how it goes between the two drivers. The pinnacle of our racing league here in the OBF1. Who's going to take the shaker flag between these two today? We will see. Got an interesting battle shaping up for the final podium position between the reserve of Mitch in the Carlin and Hawk Pie in the Primo. Hawk Pie having done incredibly well in the F2 series, having scored in, I believe, all of the points so far this season. One of the few drivers to do so besides H. Taylor and Little Jim. So let's see, is he going to be able to hold off Mitch, as we see Furkan has now spun out around the end of sector 1, has lost it, coming to turn, I believe, turn 6 or turn 7, just down towards the end of sector 1, so start of sector 2. So we're now sitting on board with, it's only a yellow flag, it is not a VSC, as Mitch runs very close to the barriers there. Some superb driving by the Mitch there, looking to gain a bit of time now on Hawk Pie, and good line there through the penultimate corner. How is he able to take the final chicane? Brilliant line there as we see Lucifer Shahid in the fellow dams alongside Furkan Al Pai receiving a 3-second penalty. You can see we've got a couple of comments here. Sorry, Zhao. Unfortunately, we do have a very strict 8 PM policy of starts. You will be featured in the sprint race, but as we now see Folksy, the second retiree of the session, and it is a full-blown safety car situation here at Monaco. No surprise there. Damage on full, and Folksy is the second victim in as many laps to fall short and retire from the race. So let's see how the drivers do. We are going to be under safety car, I would say, for at least 2, possibly 3 laps. I doubt any of the drivers will be looking to pit. Only other option available is the super soft tyres, and penalties racking up. Interestingly enough, CDM has pitted onto the super soft compound. Let's see how they last him coming through. He's the only driver who originally pitted, between himself, Kieran and Paul Harrison, who have pitted onto the super soft. So let's see how they last him and how he progresses throughout the race. But we are under full safety car conditions, so gonna wait for the drivers to catch up with the safety car, and we'll take it back in about a couple of minutes, guys. So stay tuned. Any comments, please feel free to drop them on the channel, and I will do my best to respond to them. Thank you. Having just seen switching cameras, Rafer slamming it in to the barrier through the tunnel. As we see, Folksy has now left the session. Gonna send him another invite quickly just so he can reconnect for the sprint race. So it'll be interesting to see if Rayfo does decide to pit, having had that connection with the barriers. And yeah, Rayfo heads into the pit, so this will bring him out towards the back of the grid. As we can see, Denmark, who started well towards the back of the grid, is already up to now 6th place. Let's have a look at position changes. So Denmark up 4 places from his start position of 10th. We've also got a few other drivers. So the top 4 are untouched, all of them have stayed in the same positions, but F1 Immortal up to 5th from now. Denmark up to 6th from 10th, Sanchez up to 7th from 11th, and Callum up to 8th from 13th position. And we've got a few droppies, CDM being the biggest loser from 5th to 15th, and we'll also have a drive-through penalty to serve. So let's see how that affects him. Actually looks like he might have pitted again, so let's just have a quick look. So CDM already really struggling on his track, having already taken 3 pit stops in 5 laps. CDM already really struggling with his track. Let's see if he's able to catch up. I'm not sure he's going to be able to catch up to the field in time for the safety car to restart. We are looking to get going again, racing at the end of this lap. I'm sure the safety car will be in come the end of this lap, so let's see if he's able to gain the time needed. I'm not sure he will be able to, so however does a pin, a safety car will be staying out for 1 more lap. Safety car has not pulled in yet, so he will be staying out for at least 1 more lap. See how this race progresses. Currently on, about to start lap 6 of 21 here in the OBF2 Racing League Monday Night Racing. Sat on board with little Jim, racing in the car that was actually raced by Yuki Tsunoda, our current AlphaTauri F1 driver, having scored a very impressive points finish at Bahrain in his debut Grand Prix, but not having so much luck at Imola, having spun out massively, causing front rear damage to his car, including a brand new gearbox and starting from the back of the grid. But little Jim doing a fantastic job in Yuki's car from last season. Let's see if he's able to send this car to another victory for the Carden team here in the F2, in the OBF2 League. Very good teammate in Mitch, looking to extend their current 39 point lead over High Tech in the F2 League. So let's see if they're able to do so tonight. We've got H Taylor currently sitting in 2nd, Denmark in 6th. So as we get the notification from race control that the safety car will be in at the end lap, so little Jim is now going to become the de facto safety car, holding the grid up in time to allow the safety car to enter the pit safely, and ultimately we'll get to decide when he puts his foot on the throttle. A lot of swerving, a lot of clean driving here as H Taylor gets very close to the back of little Jim. I thought he was going to end up in the back of the Jim, causing a 5-second penalty to himself and Jim. So Jim, when is he going to go for this? Let's see. And looks like Jim puts his foot down. Yep, Jim is go, and we are back racing at Monaco here in the OBF2 Racing League. Could see HT and little Jim both getting a fantastic start off. Hawk Pie losing a bit of time, as does Mitch. Big gaps already opening up between the field. Denmark already out of DRS range for F1 Immortal. Will look to want to close that up in the next 2 laps, but all clean from the get-go. So let's see how the drivers are able to progress, as we see another retirement from Lucifer Shahid coming around, who looks like he's actually retired in the pit lane. So Lucifer decided he's kind of had enough of this race and looking to get back on it for the sprint race later on. So we're currently on lap 7 of 21. Looks like Denmark is struggling with some lagging issues. His car a little bit over the pace, but nothing untoward, not around any. As we can see, the top 4 are starting to pull away. F1 Immortal already 2 seconds down on Mitch in the Carlin, well out of DRS range, and Mitch just staying within DRS range of Carl Hawkins. Hawkpie 9 in the Prema. Another great race from Hawkpie, looking to take yet another point finish and potential podium, as we see Callum pick up a 3-second penalty. Hawkpie runs wide into last corner, Mitch having run wide into penultimate corner, and now Hawkpie has lost DRS range on H. Taylor. So Mitch, let's see if he can keep it in touch with Hawkpie for the next up and get DRS range. There is only one DRS zone here in Monaco, and that is the start finish straight, so it doesn't play as big an impact at, say, circuits like China, like Imola, like Monza. So let's see if Mitch is able to make this work for him and get past Hawkpie, who has been incredibly competitive throughout the F2 series. As we see, Denmark has lost it out of, what turn is this? Let's have a look. I can't see. As Denmark does a reset track. Now that sitting on board, as we could see that he did exit turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, has done a reset track, which is not permitted under league rules, so we'll see what his explanation for such is. However, Denmark has now dropped down to 13th position. We're going to sit on board again with H. Taylor, who is still within DRS range of Little Jim, 2 laps in. We got Hawkpie 1.3 seconds behind, so closing the gap gradually, but Mitch staying in touch with him as we come to the end of lap 8, starting lap 9. Little Jim still leading from H. Taylor. He got us back, sorry about that. So as I was saying, can see he said to connect slightly with the walls there. Let's see if that's affected his abilities. I don't think it has. He's still racing very hard and keeping very close to Jim as we head towards the first DRS section of this race. Currently on lap 9. As Haystader gets very close to the back, a Little Jim there does very well to avoid a collision with the rear of the Carlin. Hawkpie enters the pit to take his first stop, as he also receives a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So H. Taylor unable to close the gap there on Little Jim. The DRS having very little effect, if any. Nearly 50% through this feature race here in the OBF2 Monday Night Racing League, and Little Jim currently sitting in first in the car, and H. Taylor in the high-tech second, Mitch in the sister car in third, and F1 in Monaco, driving superbly up 5 places from his start position of 9th. However, I think driver of the day right now is going to, and no surprise here, Ihard, who is on the back of F1 Immortal, and I'm sure he's going to want to dispense with F1 Immortal very quickly to get up to this 4th place, having started in 14th position out of the 17 drivers, having not set a valid lap time. Ihard is going to want to make this move and make it quick, hoping to catch up. Little Jim being very patient. We're going to sit on board with this battle here. I think if Ihard can keep his composure, he's going to get him in the DRS section. As F1 Immortal runs very wide into the penultimate corner, Ihard having to adjust for that, and F1 Immortal not losing much time to it. However, Ihard has now got DRS wide open, but it's unable. DRS not having any impact, as we see Ihard hitting the barrier, coming through turn 1. Hopefully that's not giving him any front wing damage, but with damage on full, I'm sure it's giving him at least minor damage. So let's sit on board with this battle. This, for me, oh, I can see the battle for first is starting up. HK just 0.4 of a second behind Little Jim. Both of the drivers working their socks off to not just put out a lead over Mitch, who's currently sitting in third, but to battle each other. Little Jim not wanting to lose any points to H. Taylor in this championship, even with the 36-point lead he currently has over the high-tech driver. As we saw H. Taylor having to slow down there through the penultimate corner. Oh no, I was thinking to myself, this race is going to be decided on penalties, and Little Jim in the car, having really been struggling with the pressure from H. Taylor, has picked up a 3-second corner cutting penalty. As we have seen between these two gentlemen in the past, the penalties make such the difference in these races. So let's see, Little Jim has now got to risk it. Is he going to go for the win? He's got to go for it, and he's got a 2.5 seconds that he needs to gain on H. Taylor, with just like 9 laps remaining here at the Monaco GP. In the OBF2 league, as we see CDM pick up another 3-second time penalty. Let's have a look at the penalty situation right now. So we can see, as things stand, Little Jim has got a 3-second penalty, Hatton 3-second penalty, Sam Hawk Player 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. CDM has picked up 2 3-second penalties for corner cutting. Callum Jones, just 12 laps in, has already picked up 9 seconds of penalties, and Rayfo in 12th has picked up a 3-second penalty. This potentially puts iHub in a fantastic position to claim a point paying position, currently with no time penalties. If iHub can, as we fully expect from iHub to continue clean in this race, I very suddenly see iHub picking up penalties for corner cut and very strict on his lines and very good at his lines. Where can iHub finish in this race? Let's see as we head into the last 8 laps here at the Monaco Grand Prix for the OBF2 Racing League. So now, as we can see, Little Jim has made the undercut on H. Taylor. I'm sure H. Taylor will want to be pitting this lap onto the super soft tyres. The only 2 options available for this race are the super soft and softs. H. Taylor will want to reduce the undercut, as we see him take a bit of a corner cut there, wanted to max out this lap as much as possible. Is he going to pit? Yeah, he does decide to take to a pit, wanting to reduce the undercut as much as possible to Little Jim, hoping Little Jim doesn't get too much of a catch on him. Let's see how he does. As we can see, Callum Jones just leaving the pit a lap behind HT. I'm going to focus on Little Jim now because he comes around the corner, really pushing it, really wanting to get ahead of H Taylor and make the undercut work. Let's see, is he able to do so? See, H Taylor is leaving the pits now. Little Jim has got the scope on H Taylor. H Taylor coming around the last corner. I thought he was going to track him, therefore coming across the track line, but it does not. Little Jim 1 second ahead of H Taylor. One lap pole, the super soft. These super softs degradating very quickly around tracks as intense as Monaco, but most importantly, H Taylor does not have the eyes. I know it is not a huge impact around this lap, but if with 6 laps to go, sorry, 7 laps to go of this circuit, Little Jim needs to gain 1.7 seconds on H Taylor. Not having DRS could make all that difference. So let's see, how does Little Jim cope with the pressure? Will he be able to mount to it and hold off H Taylor for the win? I want to focus now on the battle for 7th between F1 Immortal and Rayfo. Now Rayfo has 2 seconds left of penalties. F1 Immortal, however, he is behind him, and as we know, wants to get past him. Let's see if he's able to hold it together and think, okay, so as we see, oh, that could be, that is going to be a crunch. H-Tay had picked up that 3-second penalty, so now Little Jim, having pulled out 0.8 of a second this lap alone, as we see Little Jim set the fastest lap of the race, which is worth an additional 2 points. So Little Jim now in first, on track, as well as de facto. Mitch just 9 seconds behind him, however, so I'm just looking at the, I believe I just, yeah, Zhao saying that HT should have pitted at the same time as Jim, perhaps, but you want to know when the driver ahead of you is going to pit and why, and if you got that possibility of having that lap ahead of you, he still had the lead. It's just down to corner cuts, and now having done too many corner cuts, HT is at risk. He's got to catch up, and we can see he's really getting the bottom, having already gained 5 tenths of that. He doesn't just want the race win, he wants the fastest lap, he wants it, and my god, is he going to go for it. We know HT is one of our best drivers in the league. Him and Little Jim, I think, are the pinnacle of the OBF1 league, and so glad to have them both on board. Let's see who's going to win this Battle of Monaco, one of the toughest circuits on the F1 calendar, as we see F1 Immortal picks up another penalty for crossing the pit lane exit line, and another, I think F1 Immortal is getting very close to DQ here. He's picked up now 13-second penalties, 5 of which have been served in the pit lane. However, one thing I can see on the track, on the full track map, is that Little Jim and HT are heading towards the first overlap of Denmark. So H Taylor's little teammate, as H Taylor runs wide, so there was a bit of a coming together between a few drivers. I believe I'm now watching the back battle between Kieran, Rafa, Sanchez and Paul Harrison. So I believe there was a bit of a coming together around, as we can see Kieran and Paul heading towards the pit, so they will drop down position. Sorry, not Paul. Kieran and Rafa heading towards the pits to change their front wing. So let's see. We've got a couple of comments coming up. Thank you once again to everybody watching the stream. I hope you are enjoying it. They're equal in warnings. So yes, you are right, Zhao. They are equal in warnings. They both have one 3-second time penalty. However, HT, since getting that penalty, has closed 0.8 of a second to Little Jim in just 2 laps. Let's see if he's able to continue progressing. I'm going to stay on board with Paul Harrison, debuting in the F2 League today and doing a fantastic job, excuse my burps, for 7th position, which will start him in 2nd place for the sprint race, which I'm really looking forward to. CDM currently sitting in 8th. He does have 6 seconds of penalties, but with a 5.2 second gap to Hatton, he's on de facto pole for the sprint race. So let's see. Oh, commentator's curse as CDM has to take it round. Does not pick up a penalty, but now Hatton just 1.5 seconds behind CDM. 4 laps to go. Will CDM be able to pull out this gap? He now needs to gain 1.7 seconds over Hatton, and the difference is not minor. It's going to be 5. It's going to be 8 places. How does the sprint race grid work? Thank you for asking, Charles. So the sprint race on 2020 is 1 through 8 get reversed. So if you finish in 8th, you will start in 1st, and if you finish in 1st, you will start in 8th. You will be starting in last year because you did not join the grid in time. However, there are plenty of opportunities to catch up and hopefully get yourself sorted and get some points finishes. Now, in the sprint race, only the top 8 places play points. So as we can see now, Hatton is getting very close to the back of CDM. CDM needs to gain time, or Hatton needs to make a mistake. But CDM right now sitting in 8th, will start in 9th. Hatton sitting in 9th, will start in 1st. So let's see how it goes now. We can see HT. I'm thinking he's picked up wing damage. I'm going to have a look at H Taylor's car. So yeah, I want to have a look at H Taylor's car. It does look like he's got his M plate is missing on that iTech, so I think he's really going to struggle, and this could potentially be a carded one too. I would not be surprised Mitch is only 5.8 seconds behind the high-tech of HK. He does not have any penalties, and this is a fantastic debut from Mitch, one of our several league admins in the OBF1 league, but alongside Little Jim, a last minute replacement for myself so that I could stream and do commentary. Thank you very much, Sal. So I think HT may well be pitting. He may twist it out. There's only 3 laps left, even 2 laps left. So I think HT will choose to stay out, but he is going to be at the privy of Mitch. Mitch looking to get that second place. Now he's going to be determining one of the only 2 drivers on the grid who have not picked up a penalty yet. So Mitch, all he's got to do is sit comfortably, not lose another half a second to HT. With a full front wing, that should be a dominant. And Sanchez, as we see, a car has spun through sector 1. I believe that's going to be Denmark, or is that it's F1 Immortal who has retired from the race. F1, so he will be starting from 14th position. Wow, that is an insane look up. Mitch will not be in second if he gets a penalty. He's currently 5 seconds behind HT. If he picks up a penalty, he will not start in second, but he will not finish second. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to focus on these last lap and a half of racing now. The rest of the grid is pretty much that. I think the battle I want to focus on is the battle for second. Mitch is 5 seconds behind HT. HT has a 6-second penalties. Mitch does not have any. We're going about to start the last lap here at Monaco in the F2 series of the OB Racing League, Monday Night Racing. So let's focus. It looks like H Taylor has lost it through the last 2 corners. Now Mitch is only 2.5 seconds behind H Taylor, so he does not need to worry. Mitch will be very aware of the situation ahead of him. He will know HT has 6 seconds back and does not need to push it. You can see a driver has come off around. I'm going to presume that to be, I don't know, that is Kieran Rees has come off around turn 5 and he's waiting very patiently. Good driving there by our reserve driver. I believe Kieran is in the, I'm not actually sure what car he's in. The ART, yeah, he's in the ART, it says on his halo. So reserving in the ART, waiting very patiently there to allow other fast drivers to get through. Good driving there by Kieran, our new graphics designer for the OBF1, so thank you for that. Kieran, as we can see, Rayfo is, I think he had, yeah, Rayfo moving out the way of Mitch. Now that's the thing I love about this league is that I'm now going to focus on this battle. So we've got Little Jim having just overlapped CDM. Little Jim in the Carlin is going to take first place here in the feature race of the OBF2 Monday Night Racing League. H. Taylor will come across second, however Mitch is going to move up. So that is going to make it a Carlin 1-2. Amazing points made there for the Carlin team, picking up maximum points, picking up 47 points compared to High-Tech's 15. That is going to double the lead in just one race. Now Little Jim will start in 8th, Mitch will start in 7th, and H. Taylor will start in 6th. I think we're going to see Hatton starting in 1st and his teammates starting in 2nd. So this could be an interesting chance for the MP Motorsport team to pick up some very valuable points in the sprint race here for the MP Racing team. MP Motorsport team currently sitting on just 9 points, second last, 9th in the championship, but will pick up points here today. Currently 20 points behind UNI Virtuoso, currently represented by iHeart, who has finished 5th, but they will be starting 1-2. Let's see, with 29 points available in the sprint race, 15 for first, 12 for second, and 2 points for the fastest. So let's see what damage they can do. I'm quite looking forward to the sprint race. We will have another driver joining the grid in Zhao SSJ, who unfortunately couldn't join us in time for this race, but he'll be joining us in the sprint race. Let's see if he can do any damage. As we say, Little Jim heading up for yet another victory here in the OB Racing League. I'm not even going to try and keep track of how many wins he's had for in his short time here, but definitely one of our best drivers alongside H. Taylor and Mitch, deservedly on the podium. All fantastic drivers, having raced an amazing race. H. Taylor having spun and received 6 seconds, but he's still coming in 3rd. Fantastic performance by all the gentlemen involved. So let's run through the points situation. So we can see Little Jim has picked up 27 points, 25 for the win and 2 for the fastest lap. We've got Mitch H. Taylor in 3rd, Hawk Pie, another fantastic performance by Hawk Pie, taking 4th, iHeart in 5th, Paul Harrison debuting in the F2 series for Campos coming 6th, SRS Sanchez in 7th, and Hatton in 8th. All will be reverse grid. CDM, JW and Callengers pick up the last points for Trident and Kramer, making that the top 10. So we will shortly be going with our sprint race here at Monaco. Zhao, very much looking forward to some racing. Let's see how he does. I'm looking forward to seeing if and how he progresses through the field, but we will shortly be getting with the sprint race here at Monaco in the OBF2 Monday Night Racing League. Let's see how it goes, guys. Hope you enjoyed the con so far. I can see we've got 10 people online. I mean, I'm so happy about that we're getting more likes and comments and subscriptions and people watching the stream. So it's fantastic to see so many people online. I hope you are enjoying the stream. Brought to you again by Pete W. I am the head admin of the OBF1 League, helped by my amazing team of admins and graphic designers in making this one of the best F1 leagues for online racing. I think we've got a pretty great league here, some clean races, some fair racing, some great competition, and looking forward to the sprint race here at one of the toughest tracks in the calendar in Monaco, and in the toughest cars. I mean, for me personally, I love racing F2, but it doesn't mean I find it easy. So we will shortly be getting going with the sprint race, just waiting for the formation lap to get going, and then we should be going. So if this is a formation lap, which I do believe it is, yep, I will be going to try it very quickly, guys, and I will be right back. Thank you. So as we can now see, guys, we have now got 18 drivers in the session. Zhao has joined us, having not been able to join us for the first session, so that's fine, Zhao. Your points will manifest into your original team, but please do ensure that you're available for race time next race, please. So so as you can see, we've got a very interesting situation in the MP Motorsports of Hatton and Sanchez 1-2. Paul Harrison, I'm looking forward to seeing if he can pick up his first race podium here in the F1 and the OB Racing Series. Paul has done some very consistent performances in our F1 cars, but obviously driving F2 is far different, as we see the lead drivers now heading towards the start line. Let's see how they all get off, and looking forward to this 15 lap race here in the OBF2 Racing Monday Night League. Let's see how it goes. Just wait for the rest of the drivers to line up, and we will shortly be getting going here with this 15 lap sprint race in the OBF2 Monday Night Racing League. So we are now getting ready to go. I want to sit on board with Paul Harrison here. Let's see the start, not just himself, but the MPs get. So we are getting ready to go racing him. This one race at the OBF2 Racing Monday Night League. As we are go here at Monaco, and a fantastic start by Paul already. Is he going up in first? Coming through the first turn? Sorry. Paul up to first, having already gained 2 places there, so there guys. So Paul up to first, a fantastic start by Paul Harrison there. Let's now move towards the MP. So we've got Hatton in second, and we have got Sanchez in fourth, but down the inside of Sanchez is I-Half now moving up to 4. All drivers getting away very cleanly, but we do have a yellow flag in sector 2. It looks like Burkett up has spun out. Yep. And we have got a safety car. I'm not quite sure what's happened there, but we do have a full safety car here at the Monaco GP in the sprint race. So this will give a chance to the other drivers who have, as we see, Lucifer Shahid has lost it through, I think, turn 8 in Monaco. So we have got a full blown safety car. This will give those drivers a chance to rest their tyres, go into lean fuel mode, and not pick up so much tyre wear. You do not have to pit in your sprint race. So we will see how the drivers are able to conserve their tyres and progress throughout the rest of the race. We will shortly be joining up with the safety car, coming along the second straight. Sorry. It's fine now. So, getting back to safety car conditions, we have got 6 drivers out of 17 in pits. Obviously, Shahid has retired, and the safety car has come out because of that, allowing the wreck to be cleared up around the second sector between turns 5 and 8. So there was quite a debris around turn 6 and 7. So let's see when the race gets going again. We'll sign up just for a moment and get back with you shortly, okay? Sorry about that, everyone. So I am now back, having had my side break. So still under safety car regulations. So I do believe this is the second lap of them. So hopefully the safety car will be going in at the end of this lap. Seeing Paul Harrison having gained 2 positions from his start position up to first. Hatton has dropped 1 place to second. Hook Pie up 2 place. I half holding this position. I'm quite intrigued by HT has picked up from 6th to 5th. Mitch has picked up from 7th to 6th, but Little Jim has yet to pass Sanchez, who has dropped from 2nd to 7th. So we'll see how quickly Little Jim can make that pass on Sanchez to keep in contact with his title contender of H. Taylor. Quite a big gap now between the two of them, with Little Jim having picked up pole, fastest up and race win, and H. Taylor only managing 3rd in the feature race. So let's see what they're able to do. We will have 1 more lap of safety car regulations, and then we will hopefully be going racing again at the end of lap 4 of 15 here at the Monaco OBF2 Racing League. Once again, I hope you're all enjoying the commentary tonight. This is PW. If you are, please feel free to leave a comment, subscribe and like the video. The more we can get on board and viewing this awesome racing in this amazing community, hopefully more people we can attract and improve the quality of racing over several nights, not just 3 nights a week. So please feel free to share with your friends or in Facebook groups, Twitter, Instagram, and hopefully as time goes on we can have more and more great wheel-to-wheel battles, as we've seen so far in the opening. I think we've now had about 20 races in the OB Racing League, and there's been some amazing action, as I'm sure you're all aware. Streamed and commented on pretty much every race by myself, Sweeney and Mitch. Sweeney unavailable tonight, so I've stepped in. I hope I'm doing an okay job, and Mitch obviously doing co-coms with Sweeney. Looking forward to getting him on solo comms sometime soon. He's very ready for it. I think after this corner the safety car's lights are going to go out and we will be as I expected. Yep, so now Paul Harrison in the Campos is the de facto safety car. Let's see. He is now going to be leading the pack out, and he gets to decide when he puts the foot down. As we can see, several penalties coming about. Zhao, Rayfo and Kieran all picking up 5-7 penalties for collisions, and Paul has dropped the bullet, and we are now racing again in the OBF2 Monday Night Racing League. Paul already having slipped out, needing a 2nd gap over Hatton. I'm looking forward. I'm going to stay on board with I have the solo UNI Virtuoso. Let's see if he's able to progress and get some more points for the UNI Virtuoso team. We're currently sitting in 8th place in the championship. One thing I'm looking forward to is we can now have a potential another 2 drivers joining the OF2 league, taking it to 22. A new team have been added, as we see Hatton lock up into the first chicane at the end of sector 1. Now very tight between himself, Hawk Pie and I have less than a second separating the 3. HT, Mitch and Little Jim quickly. Sanchez, I think, has made a mistake, having lost position to Little Jim, CDM and Boltsy after the restart, down to 10th, having started in 2nd place but not being able to cope. As we can see, Hatton once again locking up and running a bit wide into the chicane. Hawk Pie, let's get on board with Hawk Pie, and down the inside the Pramer taking 2nd place from Hatton. Fantastic move there by Kyle to take 2nd place there. Line there now. Let's get on board with once again with I half, as we see I half spin, and H Taylor now up the inside of I half and making that move complete. Mitch, as I half jumps into pits, that was possibly very dangerous there. Such a tight section, as we can see Little Jim as well pitting. Oh, this could be interesting because a pit stop is not mandatory in the sprint race, so Little Jim has got a lot of catching up to do. H Taylor currently sitting in 3rd, will pick up 10 points for that position, and Little Jim now down to, if not last, 2nd last. So let's see how he can regain. Little Jim, our championship leader in the Carlin, having extended their points lead massively over the high-tech team, now subject to possibly losing points for them. So let's see how they do now. Denmark, I can see in the other high-tech has retired. So Denmark in the other high-tech has retired. HT is in second. I have committed a major corner cut, receiving a 5-second penalty for such. You only get those if you do commit a 5-second major corner cut. So just seeing we've got another comment on the stream. Let's have a look. So Denmark, look, best starts to my FT campaign. Not a problem, Denmark. We all know you're a quality race, and it is not an easy adaptation. So let's get some practice in. We've got some easier races coming up, but you definitely picked an interesting race to start your FT career. Looking forward to seeing you back on the track on Wednesday in our F1 league. Let's sit on board once again with HT now. You got to think, are Paul and Hawk probably going to be able to hold off HT? HT setting the fastest lap of the race on 121.344. That will gain him an additional 2 points, but Little Jim will be on fresh tyres, so with 1.76 separating him and I will Little Jim be able to nullify those 2 points? Obviously he won't gain any points, however he will rescind them from HT, which right now is the most important thing. So just once again log in on, seeing some more comments pop up, so just gonna relog on to the live chat. So yeah, Denmark, that would be Denmark, who is responding to my comments on the stream, so thanks for tuning in, Denmark. And we've got Hope right on the back of Paul House. Paul Harrison defending superbly, a relative newcomers league, having been with us for about 3 weeks, but doing some superb driving, not just in the F1 but now as we can see F2, as he runs a bit wide out of chicane. Hook Pie getting a fantastic line out of chicane, out of sector 2, and taking the lead here with just 8 laps to go in the F2 race. I don't want to jinx it, I'm not going to say it, but I think you know what I'm thinking. I would only say it once the race is finished, but I am so... Let's see, can Hawkeye do it? Can he achieve what I hope he can? I hope the same for all the drivers, but let's see, is he able to achieve it in his Prima for the OBF2 Monday Night Racing League? Let's see. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to sit on board with H. Taylor right on the back of Paul Harrison. Paul giving H. Taylor the space required to make the pass cleanly, however they are side by side coming through turn 4. Paul Harrison not giving up without a fight, as we see Paul going a bit wide. He's now got the inside. Is H-Taylor going to give him space as I have retires from the session? But no, H-Taylor makes the move stick, and we have got a virtual safety car out on track due to IHAL's retirement out of terminal lap. Weirdly enough, to me, it looks like an unforced retirement. So we will see. We will offer IHAL's perspective, but that does not look like a wall collision. We will see. Anyway, back on board. We are still under virtual safety car conditions, and Paul Harrison will be right on the back of H. Taylor. He will have the DRS if he's able to make the delta right for him. Obviously, the key point here is not to pick up a time penalty, because the time penalty under virtual safety car is a drive-through penalty, as we can see neither of them have, and we are back racing just 6 laps. So 7 laps to go here at Monaco in the sprint race of the OBF2 racing league. Through turn 1. I want to have a look down the field. Let's see if there are any decent battles. So I'm going to focus actually on this battle for 5th. CDM having started in 9th, Hatton having started in, CDM in 9th, Hatton in 1st, CDM catching up to Hatton, looking to reignite their battle. This would have been the battle, this was the battle for 8th and 9th in their feature race. Hatton went out due to penalty de factos and CDM losing it a bit, but this could be an interesting battle in the sprint race. Both were very 9-lap old soft tyres and I've got it all to fight for. So currently 6th will get you 4 points, 5th will get you 6 points, as we see CDM run wide out of turn 9. Hallelujah. And once again, a virtual safety car has come about. Callum Jones has retired from the race coming around the chicanes. So it seems like every corner is a chicane. They're coming around the sharp left-hander after the second straight in sector 1 has lost there. And we are under virtual safety car conditions yet again. So 3 virtual safety cars and 1 full safety car in 10 laps of racing here in the sprint race in the OBF2 racing league. So as we will be getting going with racing again shortly, I'm sure. Let's wait for the green flag. Both drivers looking to avoid that. Driver Penny Shao, currently driver of the day, up 11 places as we are green flag racing again. Shao up from 18th. Diplomlark to 7th in a points position for the UNI Virtuoso, making up for halves of retirement. They will want to gain points on the Prima and the Trident, both of whom are driving superbly today. Let's see how they're able to do. Only team really struggling today has been the Darmstadt Burkan coming in 10th. Lucy Shahid having the tie from both races, but let's see, we've got 5 laps left. Let's see who's going to take. We've still got Paul Harrison in 3rd position. Hawk Pite has picked up a 3-second penalty. I believe that is a 3-second penalty. Let's have a look. So, penalties. Yeah, 3 seconds to Hawk Pite. 3 seconds. Paul Harrison literally having just picked up a 3-second penalty. As has Kieran Rees taken him to total 6. However, so this now puts Mitch in a fantastic position for a double podium in the Carling car. Let's see, is he going to be able to produce that? He's only 2 seconds behind Paul Harrison. Paul now has 5 laps to gain the second on Mitch. Is that going to be possible? I am not sure. Little Jim coming up to 12th position. I don't see Little Jim picking up points, and H. Taylor is set to pick up 12, if not more. Let's have a look at fastest laps. H. Taylor set to pick up another 2 points for fastest lap. I don't know if I'm in Little Jim's position right now. A points finish unlikely. I would be choosing, knowing his pace, getting onto a super softs. I would look to set that fastest lap and duck the. Obviously, if he. Wow. Okay, so he'd already done that. That would explain why he's down in top, having repitted to get onto the super softs to duck the points advantage for H. Taylor, minimising the impact of that battle he had earlier. It does look like H. 15 points to look, but Little Jim looks like he has now done enough to strip H. Taylor, and as I speak, H. Taylor sets the fastest lap rate at 120.914. What is that in terms of fast for Jim? 0.066 of a second faster than Little Jim. Little Jim is on those fresh softs. I'm going to sit on board with Little Jim for this lap. Let's see what he's able to do. He is behind Rayfo now. I think he's gonna. If I was Little Jim, I'd be looking to conserve. I'd be looking to get past Rayfo and then go for my fastest lap. But let's see what he's producing for the second sector. He's currently down on his fastest lap, so he's going to want to get past Rayfo quickly and then blitz it. Look to take those 2 points away from H. Taylor, as we know race league world championships have been won by less than 1 point. As we see Rayfo move towards the outside track and Little Jim making a very easy move past Rayfo there to up into 11th place. Now this place obviously will not score many points. It is only the top 8 that score points, and he's currently, I believe, 33 seconds behind 8. Sorry, 36 seconds behind 8. So I don't see him picking up any points unless there was every time. But he's got the opportunity to take these 2 extra points away from H. Taylor if he's able to set the fastest lap of the race and reduce the damages caused by his earlier contact, which did force him to pit and essentially drop H. Taylor. I will have H. Taylor drop pit. So let's see how they do coming through. Got 3 laps left. I'm going to sit on board with Little Jim for this lap. As we can see, Little Jim's still not improving on his time, half a second down on his fastest lap, so I think HT is going to hold the fastest lap, which is an incredible feat on 10 lap old softs, but these super softs, their tyre degradation is insane. Little Jim did his best to set that fastest lap, but I don't see him as we see Little Jim take 10th place. Zhao having pitted. Let's sit on board with HT that I believe with just 2 laps to go, barring any incidents. HT is going to know what's ahead of him. Hawkpie, yes, but he's got 3 seconds of penalties. HT just needs to hold it together now for these last 2 laps and this race victory, and 15 points on Little Jim, which will be much appreciated. It will close the gap between what he lost in the feature race, having lost I believe 16 points, so 27 for Jim, 15, 12, yeah, 16 points he lost to Little Jim in the first race because Little Jim got pole in the feature race, carrying 4 points over it. Fastest lap and a 13 point advantage, so this will cut the ties and that points loss for HT, but we just need to keep it together now. Sit behind Hawkpie, doesn't need to make any ambitious moves, and just this race I believe is his. So I want to focus on the battle now for third. Mitch has picked up a 3-second time penalty, which leaves him on track behind Paul Harrison, who was ahead until that penalty, as we see CDM pick up a 3-second penalty as well in 6th place. Now going to be under pressure from not just Folksy but Sanchez Furcad as well, potentially dropping into 9th place. I'm going to sit on board with that. This is the closest on track battle we currently have, with just 1.5 laps to go. Can Paul Harrison hold off Mitch, our league admin, for his first podium finish here in the OB racing community? 1 lap to go. Let's see. Will we get a double podium for the car league, or will Paul Harrison in the Campos hold off and take his first podium in the OBF1, in the OB racing community? And commentators curse for me, well just kicked in. Paul has just picked up another 3-second time penalty, dropping him to 4th if Mitch does not pick up one, and Hatton is 7 seconds behind, 7.5 seconds behind Paul with 1 lap to go, so Paul potentially at risk of dropping to 5th. Let's see how this race pans out. See both taking it very cautiously around this chicane, knowing you can, these turns, knowing you can lose so much more than you can gain if you hit it into the wall. I hate this skin, but I will not put a commentator's curse on it. We're gonna sit on board now with our battle for first. It's not so much a battle as Hawkpie has held off HT, but with the 3-second penalty, HT will cross the line right behind Hawkpie, who will take the check flag but will fall to 2nd. However, an amazing result for the Prema driver, holding off HT, who does take 1st on de facto of penalties. Mitch around the last corner, knowing he doesn't need to do any theatricals. He knows he's got 3 seconds to play. As Mitch loses it through the final corner now, Paul Harrison pulling away, but it will not be enough. Mitch will take 3rd place from Paul Harrison. A double points finish for the Carlin debutant, and Paul Harrison 4th place in the Campos racing car. Hatton has crossed it 5th. CDM will now cross his 6th, but where is he going to fall to? He's going to fall, and he is going to fall to 9th position. Little Jim will cross the line in 10th. He's got Zhao right behind him. What is Zhao going to be able to do? This is an on-track battle, and Zhao just 0.03 of a second as he gets very deep into the corner, but thankfully not taking Little Jim out. We'll either set a fastest lap. Let's see. Are they going to take it away from HT, who has taken the checkered flag? No. Rayfo will now cross the line, and now we just wait on Kieran Rees, who is coming through the last 2 corners to take 13th position, the penultimate 2nd place, last position. And that, guys, is the end of Monday Night Racing here in the OB racing community. We will confirm the results shortly, but HT taking a fantastic 1st place finish here in the sprint race, which will more than make up for his losses in the feature race. As we can see, Hayes Taylor, Hulk Pie and Mitch hosting the podium for us. Hayes Taylor taking the trophy and the bottle of champagne that comes with it for the high-tech Grand Prix racing team. So great driving there by Hulk Pie, by Hayes Taylor and Mitch. Hayes Taylor coming from 4th, from 7th to 1st, Mitch coming from 6th to 3rd. Some fantastic driving there by the guys, and more than happy to look at that. I believe our driver of the day will be Furkan Alpine, having gained 10 places from 17th to 7th. So we can see H. Taylor has come first, Hawk Pie second, Mitch third, Paul Harrison fourth. Great race there by the Campbell's driver, and Sanchez in the MP Motorsports, 5th and 6th, Furkan 7th, Folksy and 8th and CDM. And that's now going to get the results up for the week. I'm just now going to take a photo of this for the points administration. And that is it, guys. So I'm Pete W. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's racing and tonight's stream, and thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great night, guys, and take care. Thanks very much. Bye.